welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Jnn Barrett. It's now time for Frontline Business. The research team at Jnn Fund Managers, JNFM, led by Ramon Small Ferguson, has advised its clients that Cygnus Credit Investments Limited, SCI, seems to present an attractive value proposition to investors. Based on the information provided in the prospectus, SCI intends to pay out up to 85% of the earnings of dividends on a quarterly basis, which they target to translate to a dividend yield of at least 7%. Further, investors have the opportunity to invest in the IPO in either US dollars or local currency. In regard to the SCI investment process and strategy, JNFM notes that SCI targets lending through customized credit instruments to medium-sized companies in Jamaica and other Caribbean territories. It says the company's investment strategy is based on direct origination through its investment advisor, which focuses on lending the negotiation and structuring of the instruments it invests in. SCI has indicated that the average investment size per transaction ranges from 500,000 US dollars or its equivalent to a maximum of 5 million US dollars or its equivalent. To ensure diversification, the company's maximum lending limit per sector is 35%, while its maximum exposure limit to any single group of companies is 25%. SCI limits the tenor of its investments to 5 years, with a maximum of 7 years on an exceptional basis. The company anticipates that the average tenor of its investments will typically be around 3 to 5 years. The final data from the government on its operations in the last fiscal year show tax collections were $7 billion more than planned. The data released on Monday shows most of the higher-than-expected revenues came from corporate income tax. Despite collecting more than needed to facilitate its planned spending, the government still reduced expenditure. Expenditure in the last fiscal year was $7.7 billion below what was planned as the government cut programs and capital spending. Overall, the primary surplus, which is monies set aside to pay down the national debt, was almost 10% above target at $143 billion. In the meantime, the government will be implementing several strategies to intensify property tax collection this year. That's the word from Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie. Mr. McKenzie said the ministry will be collaborating more with agencies such as the SDC to promote awareness, which is expected to increase compliance in the payment of property taxes. Property tax payments provide for, among other things, road improvement works as well as street lighting. Data from the Bank of Jamaica shows the volume of bad debt in deposit-taking institutions declined in December by 2.6% compared to the prior year. That was despite commercial banks recording a 15% growth in the number of loans on their books which were unpaid for at least 3 months. Merchant banks and building societies saw a decline in their bad debt portfolios. At the end of December, bad debt made up just 2.6% of the total loans in deposit-taking institutions supervised by the Bank of Jamaica. In Tuesday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 71 points to close at 308,057. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 49 stocks, of which 20 advanced, 20 declined, and 9 traded firm. The junior market index declined by 12 points to close at 2,976. Among the winners were Access Financial Services, Barita Investments, Berger Paints, Caribbean Cement, and Epley Limited. Stocks declined for AMG Packaging and Paper, Carreras Limited, Elite Diagnostic, Express Catering, and GWest Corporation. Stocks traded firm for 1834 Investments, Siboney Group, JMMP Group, Lasco Financial Services, and Medical Disposables and Supplies. Lasco Distributors was the volume leader with over 4 million units, followed by Supreme Ventures with over 2 million units and Siboney Group Limited with 841,130 units. On the foreign exchange market, it's costing $125.32 for the American currency. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $98.23, while it's costing $172.28 for the pound sterling and $151.69 for the euro. News in oil. Oil prices slid on Tuesday as the dollar remained near a 4-month high, but worries that U.S. President Donald Trump will pull out of the Iran nuclear deal underpinned the market. Brent crude for July delivery was trading 97 cents lower at $73.72 a barrel. The June contract expired on Monday, settling up 53 cents at $75.17 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude for June delivery was 95 cents down at $67.65 a barrel, after settling 47 cents higher on Monday. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Jnn Barrett. Regional stories are next after the break.